This is the DNA Pest Control Podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Anthony. All right, welcome back to another podcast. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Melissa. She has 6 years experience. She practices pest control out of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Her licensing is core and household in both states. She loves killing bed bugs and solving people's roach nightmares. You could find her on Instagram at Lady Exterminator. How's it going, Melissa?
It's going really well. How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Oh, yeah, we're doing good over here.
And real quick, I both know all three of us actually have just got done running a route, right?
Sure did. It was a busy, hot day today.
Oh, yeah. So we're ready. We're ready to go. We're already all warmed up. So let's get this thing going.
Awesome.
All right, Melissa. So you are from Philadelphia.
I do the majority of my work in Philadelphia. I'm actually from New York City.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how warm is it right now in Philadelphia?
It's almost 90 degrees out here and extremely humid.
Ooh, yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, we don't have to deal with that out here. We're good.
It was pretty brutal today, but got through it, get her done, and I'm home in the air conditioner and doing my evening.
There you go.
Yeah. So how did you originally get into the pest control industry?
So about 6 years ago, I was a bartender for Red Robin at a prominent outdoor lifestyle mall at Saucon Valley. A lot of people moved there from Long Island. They followed Olympus out there, and I was doing fantastic. I was happy at my job. I was actually going back to college part-time, and a previous someone I used to work with came into my bar with his wife. Turns out he bought a pest control company, and I opened my big mouth and said, well, hey, if you ever need anybody for part-time work, let me know. And that was it. He took me up on that, knowing my customer service background, and here I am 6 years later.
Dang, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that goes to prove the great point that we've even proved previously, that no one's ever wanted to become in the pest control industry from when they're a kid. They just kind of hop on into it, and then next thing you know, it becomes their favorite career. So,
oh yeah, that's true.
You said that right.
So
100%.
I got a quick question. Are you used to picking up dead rats? Have you gotten used to it yet?
I don't
No.
think anyone can, right?
No.
I mean, I haven't.
No.
I'm not.
It still freaks me out. I don't like to pick up dead mice. I will use a broom and dustpan if I can.
Yeah.
I really just have not. Truth be told, my daughter has a pet rat. We've had pet rats from the time my kids were young. So no matter what, I know that they're gross. It's just still a furry critter. But
Oh, yeah.
You know what freaks me out the most?
The taste.
No, not the what?
Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
No, the thing that freaks me out the most is when I'm pulling them off the trap. Even though they stink and I know they're dead, I'm always wondering, what if it bites me?
Yeah. It turns around and gets
Right?
you like a zombie rat.
Yeah, it always
like
is
Pet
freaking me out.
Cemetery.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, pest control problems. That's what that is right
Yep.
there. All right. So,
Yeah, but that's the least of our concerns.
No, oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dead rat. Come on. So,
Just, one.
yeah, exactly. So another big thing. So, I mean, the main point of us doing this podcast is to talk about the women in the industry. I don't think it's a male dominated industry. I don't know really any women, to be honest with you, in the industry. So what is it like?
It's a little bit of everything. It's a lot of positive for the most part, because I feel like, unfortunately, people expect their exterminator to be a man that's 180 degrees opposite, what I am. They expect the pop belly. They expect some big grizzly guy to just come in, eat rough, smell like cigarettes, and, spray and leave. And then they get me at the door. And so sometimes I'll get, oh, you're the what? You can't be the
Wow.
exterminator. You're too pretty to be an exterminator. Ha ha ha. Like little old ladies. And then sometimes I'll get like an older gentleman who'll try to like say something about my septum ring. And I'll be like, I can leave and you can deal with your roaches for another month until I come back.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
let's do this.
And after 6 years of doing this, how, and I wouldn't say annoyed's a good word, but how does it that you're still getting that after 6 years, right? Like responses and statements like that.
I think it's funny. I tend to chuckle it off. I mean, I've grown a lot in the last 6 years in this industry. I've had people question me, do you know what you're doing? How do I know that's not water that you're spraying out of that can?
Oh, that's everyone.
Yeah. Oh, all the time. Oh, is this your dad's business? Do you work for your dad? And I'm like, what, you joking? Like, no.
Wow.
I'm grateful that I always had a strong employer who had my back in that sense. I did have something awkward happen once with someone, very actually, close to the end of my career with him. Someone got weird with me and called like my personal phone, and it was a really awkward situation, but thankfully it was only once ever in 6 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is pretty weird, isn't it? That, clients would go out in the sense and try to reach out to you and yeah, that's something that a lot of males don't necessarily have to deal with. The fact that
I wonder.
They might even think they might have a chuckle about it or anything like that at the break room, like, haha, yeah, she messaged me. But when it becomes in your field, at being a woman in pest control, that becomes a little bit more scary. So
absolutely. I have friends now who worry about me. They're like, what part of Philly are you driving to and how long have you known this person? And, I'm a tough cookie. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in New York, but I'm always at 1,000. I'm always alert. I'm always on point. My location is shared with my family. I don't mess around. I lock my doors every night. That's how I grew up. That's how I was raised.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
awesome.
never want that guard. Yeah, I never want to let that guard down, especially not in this field.
Yeah, then never let the guard down. You're right. Don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome that you're like that, and I hope any other women listening to this are planning on getting into the industry. Those are wise words from a woman currently in the industry 6 years in. So.
Yep. Never let that guard down. You never know, and it's so funny because it's the person you least expect. Honestly.
Yeah. Right.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful I stood up for myself. But even now, sometimes I'll drive past that location and I'm like, I wonder if this creep is still like hitting on all the college girls here. I wonder if this creep is still looking at all the college girls here, talking about them the way he did to me.
Wow.
It's terrible, but you're going to have that no matter what industry you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. You always have that. I've walked away from houses where I even know, I'm not a female, but I've walked away from an old man's house and I'm like, oh gosh, I feel bad for whoever goes,
Well, he's a creeper.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because some of them open up with us and it's like, dude, I'm not there with you on that. Okay.
Oh, I know. Yeah. They'll start sharing some info or some of their views and you're like, okay, dude, I'm going to keep laughing and nod my head, but I don't agree with some of the things you're saying.
That's how this whole thing started. No lie.
Oh,
you try to be nice and you smile and you're just like, okay, can we just hurry up and keep moving? And then they keep going and going. And then it's just like, all right, shut up.
Yeah.
So you are, currently you are working with a pest control company, correct?
Negative.
Oh, okay.
Melissa works for Melissa. Melissa works for Essential Pest Solutions, which is my baby.
Oh,
I have not worked for someone since December 3rd.
Oh, cool. Okay, so you have your own company then right now?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, and how's that going for you?
That's going very well. Instagram is a powerful tool.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I agree with you. And so what kind of experiences do you have, owning your own business, even being a woman, owning your own business in this industry? How has that gone? What kind of obstacles have you run into? What's been happening there?
Um, I honestly, it hasn't been obstacles per se. I feel like people still give me the benefit of the doubt because of who I am. My whole thing is from the first message when people say, "Hey, can you give me a quote for roaches in this area?" The second I start asking them, a series of questions, and I start educating them on what they can do to start helping the problem before I even get there, they know that I'm there for business, and they know that I don't want to be coming back for the same thing. I'm there to make sure that your home is safe. I'm there to make sure that your home, you're calling, like I said, you're calling me for a reason. So let's work on it together. And the fact that I do try to educate my people, they know I'm serious. I've never had a situation where someone's husband is like, "Oh, well, she doesn't know what she's doing," or someone tell me like, "Well, this isn't working. I'm very unhappy." I'm very grateful that I've had really positive experiences so far.
Yeah, I mean, coming from me, I honestly think, I think women are more meticulous than men in some aspects. No, and it's just the truth, honestly. And so I think even women being in the industry, I think is a huge help, to keep, some of us in check, to know exactly, hey, look, you skipped a step, you went too fast, you're doing those certain things. And I think that's a little bit different on the woman's perspective of being more meticulous when it does come to certain jobs like that, especially a specialty job, going in, taking care of roaches.
Yeah. And no offense to the boys, I love you guys to death, but I have an extreme case of being a mom and being OCD and knowing what kids do. That helps so much. When you're out there and your client says, "My kid has mice in their room and I don't know why. I'm in there cleaning their room. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Hey, Mom, did you pull the closet? Guess what I just found? I just found a Snickers wrapper in the hole in the corner that the mouse chewed through and pulled the Snickers into."
Yeah.
Oh. So those kinds of things are very helpful. When I'm at someone's kitchen and I'm, leaning down, bending forward, looking for this, pulling the stove out, inspecting not only for roach issues, I'm inspecting for, oh, hey, you've got a crack behind here, you've got, under your kitchen sink is broken, that can bring in silverfish. You're allowing these oriental roaches to penetrate. It's all kinds of issues.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that's a huge help. I think that's a huge thing that, if any males are listening in, on this episode, that we could learn a lot from a woman's perspective when we are going into a house, when we are doing inspections, to look in places where, honestly, normally I don't think a dad would even look, or even think to look, because most of us don't deal with that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Well, and I also think it's a lot of times for you, Melissa, that you do have, I wouldn't say you have to make up some space or make up for you being a woman, but like you mentioned before, some people doubt that you're even the professional in the situation. I do think a lot of times what happens is for a male technician, they are already seen as the professional, and their word is, for lack of a better word, divine in the situation. So everyone's going to pay attention to it. And then what happens is that male technician is so used to always being right, always being the professional, that they may get lazy, they may get complacent, and they may start even cutting corners. As to where you have to right off the bat build the trust with the customer, because you're already starting off on a different playing field. And what happened? Yeah. And so you're not cutting any corners. You're doing everything down to the fine detail. And yeah, you're definitely cleaning up a lot of messes that some of these other technicians in the industry make when they cut the corners.
Absolutely. And to be perfectly honest, I know that when my time comes, when I have to hire someone to work for me or work with me, I want to make sure that when I train them, I do train them on the specifics. I feel like a lot of that gets looked over. A lot of the problematic areas get looked over, and it doesn't necessarily, you're not affected by it all the time. But when you are affected by it, or when your client is affected by it, it's usually severe.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want your technicians to be on the phone calling you saying, "Hey, this is the 6th time I've been here in 3 months, why can't we get rid of these roaches?
Yeah.
And then you have your supervisor telling you, oh, well, check here, check there, do this. You're made to look like a fool, and you leave there feeling empty. You don't feel a sense of accomplishment. You feel like crap. You feel like shit. You feel like you failed your person. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that, that is unfortunate in the industry that we're in, is you don't have a lot of passionate people doing the work.
But you need passion to excel in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I mean is I think there is a lot of passion missing in the industry. I think a lot of people look at it as a job, not a career. Some look at it as just a stepping stone to something else. And so I think that's where people, miss a lot of things. They don't feel accomplished in the job or in this career that they're, this path that they're in. But you have to constantly educate. This industry changes so much. You can't be complacent once you learn just one thing. There's so much to learn. There's so many techniques.
Right.
It's an ever-changing industry. There's always something new. There's always a new method. And
absolutely.
Like we've talked about before in the podcast. And real quick, Melissa, if I could break off this quick subject, when you do hire your new technicians and you want 5-star technicians, go ahead and tell them to listen to the DNA Pest Control podcast, and you'll have the greatest technicians in the world. So,
okay,
you can find our podcast anywhere.
I'm just going to make sure that's one of the requirements. Like, listen,
there you go.
Did you look at the checklist? All right, make sure they check the checklist.
Yep, there you go.
But it really is hard to find people that are passionate about killing bugs.
Oh yeah.
Who really wakes up one day and says, hey, I'm going to kill bugs the rest of my life. Not this girly girl. I get my nails done. I enjoy putting on makeup. I enjoy dressing in dresses and heels. I never thought one day I'd be turning around and saying, yeah, I own a business. I own a pest control business.
Yeah.
People are like, what? Are you serious? Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh yeah, I bet. I'm sure you get so many people just thrown back and just saying, what?
I couldn't imagine, honestly. It's just something that, Daniel or I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. But that's awesome. And it's great. And this is the whole reason why we want to start this podcast, is to hear stories like this. This is amazing. So.
And
nice.
Melissa.
Well, I'm really grateful. I get to share it.
Oh, absolutely. We're happy you're on. But Melissa, so do you think more women should join the industry?
Absolutely. I feel that we have different perspectives when it comes to servicing a client. We have, I shouldn't say different things that we do. I think it's easier for a woman to reach out for help. I find myself reaching out for help daily, whereas I don't feel like the boys do that as often, if that makes any sense. I feel like women really go above and beyond every single time. It's just something that we do where we nurture people, and our clients love that. You have nothing to lose. People are like, oh, girls are, I'm scared of bugs. I'm scared. I'm sorry. I don't touch bugs every day. Bugs don't touch me. I touch bugs when I want to. That's the whole point. I don't want to see any more bugs. Get out there and kill them. Get it done, man.
Oh, yeah. So how do you... Because I think that is something that's hard. You did mention, you like to dress up, you like to get ready, you put on makeup, you do all those things. And a lot of women, I think, would look at this job and say, gross. You're out there in boots and you got to wear long sleeves and you're in this uniform. Like, no, sorry, that ain't going to happen.
The mud, the spiders dropping on you when you're removing webs, climbing up and looking into attics, setting rat traps, removing dead rats. There's just so many things that would dissuade any woman that wants to dress up in heels and things like that from this industry.
And a man.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no.
Oh, yeah.
So, a lot of boys are like, oh my God, ew.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
But so what would you say? What would you say to someone?
Don't let it deter you. There's a place and a time for everything. I knew today was going to be 90 degrees. There's no woman in their right mind outside wearing makeup, heels, and a dress right now. And if you're out of your freaking mind, like, let it go, sis. It's not that important. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here to honestly do what I do best. I'm out here to keep learning. I'm out here doing what I have figured out is the best thing that I have. I really enjoy this, and I can still have fun with it. You guys, I'm sure you guys have seen me. I still wear eye makeup and mascara with my mask on. I'll be out there sweating at 95 degrees. I have lipstick and eyelashes on today. I do it for fun. It's it's one of my hobbies.
Yeah,
Why
that's
not?
awesome. There you
Yeah,
go.
no, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what advice would you give any women that are looking to get into the industry and maybe looking at that as kind of like, I don't know, what advice would you give them?
Listen, grow your nails long, make it work for you, enjoy the drive, enjoy podcasts, enjoy music, enjoy your clients. Really, honestly, look at this type of career in a different perspective and look at it as continuous education. I grew up in the projects of New York City with my worst nightmare being that I was going to find a gigantic roach in my tub because we were infested in that building.
Yeah.
I kid you not. My mother still lives in that apartment. I do not see one roach in that apartment. You're welcome, Mom.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you did say you went from bartending. I mean, and that is like, I don't want to say the exact opposite, but that has nothing to do.
Yeah, it may not be in the same spectrum as picking up dead rats.
No, but I mean, that is like opposite. You're inside, you're in AC. Yeah, you're talking to people. There's that customer service aspect, but you are not doing nearly what you're doing right now. So what was that like? What was that change like?
Wait, you sure? Okay, so let's think about this.
Okay.
So as a bartender, you learn recipes, correct?
Yeah.
And as an exterminator, what are you learning?
Oh, you learn chemicals, you know,
Formulations
the mixtures.
and recipes, essentially.
You're learning recipes, in other ways, right? So I don't know about you guys, but, if I go in for a regular whatever service, multi-kill service, I start with my mix, let's just say, in my can. I do my spray top to bottom. I come back. I use my garnish. I come back with, I'm servicing for roaches. I use the gel bait. I'm coming back with the dust afterwards. It really is just a different aspect. Somebody calls you and says, hey, are you a good bartender? I need you to come here and I need you to take care of these roaches. Give them some kind of a concoction to kill them all. Okay, here I come.
Well, that's a good point.
Wow. You I don't know how you made that work, but it makes sense to me.
You want to know what it all has in common? It's all customer service.
It is
how you treat your people.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And Daniel and I have actually talked about that a lot on this podcast, about that this is the industry of not only eliminating an issue such as bed bugs, roaches, or any bugs. The main thing about this industry is customer service. It's keeping your client happy.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yep. I got a new client.
What were you saying?
I'm sorry. I had a client today tell me that she's had her pest control company calling her back for 3 weeks now. She sent me a message today on Facebook. I called her back today. We have an appointment on Wednesday. Not that hard, people.
Nope, you just got to be there.
Yeah, got to be there. Got to answer the call. Got to get to the house.
Nope, I'm right there with you. I try to give people money too, and they don't want it.
Thank you. She told me today. She said, "How am I calling them every day, and they hang up on me and tell me they're going to call me back? I'm calling you to literally give you my money, and you still won't take an appointment." And I'm like, "Girlfriend, I'll take your money. Me. I can help you over here."
Yeah, don't get me started on that. I get fired up just as you do.
Oh yeah,
just as much.
I don't get it. We have stories of just the similar situation, and at the end of the day, not only is it helping you out financially, it's helping you make sure you have your next meal for the next dinner you got, but it's also helping someone within your community get rid of an issue they're having.
Yes, and of course, what's going to happen? She's extremely happy. She's going to see results. You best believe she's going to tell her neighbor, "Hey, you guys got to call Melissa because we had this issue, and guess what? They're gone. I see them all over your porch. I love it. Keep it coming, guys.
There you go.
Keep it coming."
Yeah. So if anyone's
it's
listening,
like a no-brainer.
Yeah. If anyone's listening who's an owner or a technician, and you're not answering those calls, and you're not going and helping those people, just hang it up. Put your boots away. Throw that web pole away.
I was gonna say, yeah, sell your business now, man.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming after you.
Yeah. Hungry people like Daniel and Anthony and Melissa, and we're on opposite coasts. So eventually, we're just gonna take over the whole.
We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah,
we'll join there.
That's it. That's it. It's over.
Oh yeah. So what kind of? So I'm assuming you've been taught by a few different people over the years, that have been in the industry a lot longer than you.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever run into some old school methods that don't work in today's industry?
So, and maybe other people do this. I don't know, because like I said, I worked for one person with several employees, and his whole thing would be like, well, when you go to this building and you're treating for mice, all you have to do is throw a packet behind the stove and leave. And I'd be like,
there you go.
That doesn't fix the problem. What are you talking about?
That doesn't.
Well, that's all we're allowed to do. You have to call maintenance and take pictures. And then I'm like, wait, what? So I had a problem with that. And I'd be like, is there anything we can do? Like, can we just repair it and maybe you can charge them more per service? No, that's not what we do. Just throw the packet there and leave. And make sure you do it quickly, because, you don't have this much time for this or that or the other thing. And I'd feel awful.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you, right? Like, to walk into somebody's apartment or house and be like, oh, yeah, so you have mice. Okay, I'm going to just kill them all by poisoning them. And your house is going to stink, but okay, bye. Give me all your money. Bye.
Yeah. Well,
I just...
Exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go on.
No, that's okay. It's just, you guys feel the same way. How do you feel good about that?
Oh, and we
don't do that.
We literally just had we literally just had a podcast all fired up about that attitude, and that, hey, by the way, I want to hurt the entire pest control industry because I want to fit as many accounts on you as possible, and I want you to go through the motions and cut as many corners as possible, and I want you to ruin this local industry or this local restaurant's pest control experience by just tossing a little bit of poison behind their store. Oh, hey, maybe there's a dead rat in their salad bar or something. We don't care. We don't want to solve the issue. We're just going to throw poison.
No, we just our goal, and this is what I was told. Our goal is for the client or the tenant to no longer be affected by the pest. So if there were wasps somehow getting into their home, I had to tell the client that they were responsible to find the holes around their window and seal them up.
Oh, wow.
That was my job. And I was like, are you effing kidding me?
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah, well, and there's no self-worth there. It's saying, hey, well, I'm the licensed professional, and I'm only here to do so much, not everything.
I'm here to talk shit and take your money is what some people are about, and I'm really not about that. And it really pisses me off, because those are the messes that you and I have to go after, clean up after.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and to be 100% honest, I am totally okay with some of those people because I pick their clients up after.
There you go.
And I make them very happy. So I'm not super mad about it. I do understand it does it does make us as technicians who actually care about the job, it does put a bad name on us, and we do have to repair that. But if they're going to do that, that's okay. That's totally fine. I'm going to come by. I'm going to take that person away from you, and you're probably never going to see them again.
Yeah, because they have an actual company that's going to fulfill their needs and get rid of the issues they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is...
And do it right the first time. I think that's a big deal, too. Do it right the first time. Try your best the first time.
Yeah. And that's the thing is you as a business owner, you're going to take that in, and you understand that, because that's exactly what, a lot of technicians don't get to see. Is they don't get to see that, the hard work that you're putting in to build that route, to build that company. A lot of techs don't see that. And so when they do go, it's, spray and pray, let's get out of here, and hope that it works out. And then if you lose a client, unfortunately, sometimes that does happen. But, techs just don't care. Some of them don't. And we have to do our part to find the good ones.
What do you do when people complain about the owner of the company?
Well, hey.
Because that's what happened with me. I was out sick, and then it was a weekly account. I went back the following week, and the client was like, "Who's the other guy?" And I was like, "What guy?" "The guy that covered you last week." And I was like, "Oh, like he's like the other technician." You know, I'm not allowed to be like, "Oh, that's the owner of the company."
Oh,
that's the way it's business. Well, that's the other technician. "Oh, well, he sucks. I really don't like him. He only sprays the bathroom and the kitchen." And here I am inside, like exploding. It's like the feeling after that. How do you even look at your boss in the face after that? After hearing their own client saying they suck.
Man.
Yeah, I think, I'm sure it happened. I mean, I'm sure it happens to me because I'm an owner of my own company as well.
Well, real quick, Daniel.
Yeah.
It's very hard to fill my boots.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Some
Sorry.
techs are just better than the owners, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's what everybody wants to find is someone better than them. So, I mean, I'm sure that
That's
people have been mad at me, because I didn't do one specific thing.
He's talking himself down. This guy's he's barely been running some accounts because business is picking up. He's been getting 5 stars left and right. Don't let him fool you, Melissa. He's a good technician.
That's awesome.
No, but I am saying, thank you, Anthony. But I am saying, for at least the owners out there, if they are a good owner, I'm not saying that one was, or he actually cared about pest control services. I take pride in it. I do love taking care of the customer. I just know some customers just aren't going to like your face. They just don't like you. And that's going to happen. You could do everything you possibly can.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you're going to do. I know there's people that love Anthony, and I could go there and they're going to say everything against me, and there's just nothing I can do.
Yeah. And that's actually an issue us males might run into a little bit more. So, Melissa, you probably run into, they might like your face a little too much. For us, they might dislike our face a little too much.
Maybe, I don't know.
But no, it happens. I think it happens. I think there's, I think there are guys out there that are, if it is an owner who ups in a truck and he's just trying to get the day over with because he doesn't like being in a truck, I could see that.
Yeah.
And for your situation, what I would have done if I were you, I would have walked in there and I would have said, stay in the office. I would have told the owner that.
Well, hey, let's back this up. We've actually done a good job. We've been through a lot in a lot of different situations, and I try to put it across to my people is we do not say anything about any other technician behind their back. So if I go to a house and Anthony did something that I normally wouldn't do, or a treatment that, I may not like, the saying goes, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat. There's not one way to skin a cat. So, there's not one way to treat an insect. So if Anthony goes out and he does, bait, and I would go out and I would spray, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
His method just
exactly.
His method in that situation didn't work. But I'm not going to tell the client, hey, Anthony sucks, by the way.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing that does happen in our industry is because a lot of guys get keyholed into a certain route. And what happens is when they see their clients again, they're like, dude, the guy that replaced you, he did this. And then a lot of times those techs will agree with the client and say, yeah, man, no one could ever take my route. I know how to service everybody.
Yep.
That whole my route thing.
I know.
I hope to always keep it fresh. Keep
Yeah.
everybody on their toes.
There you go.
Well, no, and no one should ever be that way, to where no one can take your route. If that is, that's sad because you'll never grow.
And it hurts your company.
Yeah, you've got to be fresh. I feel like that's one thing. It's funny, and I'll go backwards because 41, and I didn't have an Instagram account until 4 years ago, I think. My daughter is 20, and she's had Instagram since forever and a day. So this for me is still new, and for her, it's like a popularity contest. For me, I guess it still is because this is where I make my money,
Yeah.
And I'm like, how, my ex-boss, like, how do you miss out on all of this extra money? You're asking me to go try to see people face to face. Your method doesn't work, my dude. The same way we treat apartments differently and houses differently, like, we do things very, very differently. And that was, again, something that didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
And I would try to explain to him and try to kind of open his mind up to the new age. And, perhaps you should have a Facebook page and update your website. And he just wanted no part of it. I couldn't be a part of that anymore. I was outgrowing his company. Yeah, it was so bad.
No, and that is a ton of companies. And I think there is, and that's actually really awesome to hear that you're doing those things, because that's what we've done here. And we've changed a lot of things that we do. We do not follow that old school method of whatever they're doing out there, because it's just crazy and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a ton of guys, and I am going to say guys because I've only met one woman who owns her own pest control company, and she's awesome. Her name's Melissa. But
There you go.
but there are a ton out there that are not doing that. They're not jumping on the new technology. They're not using that, and it's free.
And some are still running on paper.
Yeah, dude, don't run on paper. I hope you're not. Melissa, are you on paper?
Listen, no.
There you go.
No, listen. Melissa's hands used to hurt at the end of the day from writing out like work order tickets or whatever the hell. I hated my life so much. Then I would have to fax them to him at the end of the day. Bro.
Oh,
I
I've
don't
never
have
had
time
to
for
do that.
that.
That's terrible.
Listen,
Oh man.
I finally got him to like get tablets and apps and stuff like that. I was like, I understand you want to be debt free, but you have to invest in your own company in order to make moves, in order to grow, man. He was awful.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you helped him out a lot.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And you said it best. It sounds like you did outgrow that company, and for the good, because I have no doubt that you're going to have a successful company yourself.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited.
Yeah, you got the right mindset. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. I hope one day you can walk in there and say, "Hey, my dude, I'm buying you out."
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Or you're just going to push him out.
He thought I was going to wait another 10 years and he was going to sell me his company. And I was like, yeah, you got the next sucker coming up because I don't have 10 years to wait for you.
Yeah, not if he's doing it like that. That's the unfortunate part. I know Anthony mentioned it to you about Pest World. I know that you haven't been.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely need to go. We go. It's going to be in Tennessee this year. So check it out. They do not pay us for this, which they need to, because I talk about them a lot.
Yeah.
But we try to go every single year. There's only been one year that I have missed, but it is awesome. Everything you learn, you're going to go there. You're probably going to walk away from there saying, damn it, I've been doing some stuff wrong.
Oh, I'm sure I am. Listen, every single day is a learning experience in this field. Every single day. I just dropped a truckload of money on new chemicals. I've been reaching out to all my pest control buddies, literally getting fired up. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, keep it going. Keep that. Yeah. Keep the motion going. Cause don't ever cool down. Stay hot.
No, you have to see, like, my clients think I'm crazy. Today I was like, wait, guess what? Like, this is one of my old clients. I've known her for a year. I'm like, I've got some new stuff. I'm going to try it here and there. And, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, all right, I'll give you some. I'll talk to you in like 3 days.
That's awesome.
It's great though. They love it. Yeah, everybody has homework. Make sure you flush those routines. It's always education.
Oh yeah, no, you never stop learning, never stop going to stuff, but definitely check out Pest World. It is a little expensive, but it is worth every penny. I promise you. If you go, you are going to learn a ton. And if you go to the Tennessee one this year, we will definitely see you there, because we will be there every single year, everywhere, wherever they go. And they change up the location every year. So it's never in the same place.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I hope that everything goes back to somewhat, normal-ish with COVID. So we'll see.
We'll see. I'm sure Tennessee would be better, right?
Yeah, they're just going to make you wear a mask.
Maybe.
I bet.
That's fine.
We don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'll make sure.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to have pretty lashes that day. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Sure. If it does happen, I'm definitely going. There's no way I'm missing it another year. I can't believe that I've been sheltered for so long.
Well, you are not the only one. Everybody that I have met in this industry pretty much has never heard of it. So I think, and it's always been actually very small. It's not a very big venue compared to other expos that go on. This is actually one of the smaller ones, which is kind of crazy to think about how big this industry is, but yet how small they actually do these. My brother-in-law is in he does pump trucks and everything, and he says when he goes, it's 10 times bigger.
Yeah.
And so this one is small. Yeah. So spread the word, get people out there. I mean, it's awesome. It's good information.
100%. Like I was talking to you earlier, Melissa, about how that this industry is both young and old. Young in the fact that there is so much money in this industry that I don't think a lot of people realize how much is in there. So, and it's ever growing. So then that's awesome. This is an industry where you want to start a business because there's always going to be bed bugs, always going to be roaches, always going to be rats, always going to be mice. And you got a job for life. So.
Yep. Those fleas keep it coming.
Oh yeah. And Melissa, if you haven't, so NPMA, have you heard of NPMA?
Yes, I have the app.
Okay. So they're the ones who put that on. They're the ones who throw the whole Pest World party and everything. It gets crazy over there. Everyone's spraying each other with chemicals. No, I'm just joking. But
well, we were at the taste testing booth, and
yeah, for Termidor.
Yeah,
they have little shot glasses full of it. No, so it's a lot of fun. But they do actually have, I think, a organization for women in the pest control industry, and NPMA throws it on at the Pest World as well. So that is going to be a huge thing for you if you do go. You can even join. I know they do sessions beforehand, before expos, before the expo opens. They have a whole meeting with the women in the pest control industry. So that would be awesome for you to go and do that, and let me know how that goes.
Oh, okay. I should check their website then and see what they have going on.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Check out the website, Pest World. They'll have the dates on there. It always happens, I think, in September, or is it October? October. Always happens every October. It's like 3-4 days, and so we make a fun little vacation out of it, and we bring our guys.
I was gonna say, dude, October is my lady's birthday. We're always on vacation in October, so give me somewhere to go. We're in there.
Hey, go to Tennessee. I'm sure it's gonna get crazy.
All right, cool. I'll be in there for sure.
Great. Well, real quick, thank you so much for coming onto the show, Melissa. And I don't think that this would be your last time on the podcast. We love what you have to say, and we love your attitude. So you're definitely someone that I'd like to see in future episodes.
Oh, guys, I am honored. I'm flattered. I was so nervous. I'm very excited. I really I can't thank you enough for your support. This is crazy for me. I still can't believe it.
Oh, absolutely. And Melissa, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. This is the number I called you on, Daniel. Okay. And, if you need anything with the business or you need any questions answered or anything like that, I'm more than happy to help you. So definitely reach out, text, whatever you need.
Oh, that means the world to me. I appreciate you guys so much.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's hard to find really good people, and you are one of them. So if I can help, I'm more than willing to help.
I try so hard every single day to be better than I was yesterday. And today I definitely achieved that. I've got new friends. I've got new people in the field, new where I can turn to. This has been wonderful.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Awesome, Melissa. Thank you so much for coming on, and we will let you know when this airs so you can bring everybody on to listen as well. So, all right.
Perfect.
And you can find the app, the app, but you can find the podcast anywhere. So.
Okay. I was going to say, there's a link on your IG, so I'll definitely look out.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. Take care.
You too. You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Awesome guest.
Awesome. She was awesome. That was great. So everyone listening, this was about women in the pest control industry. If you're not supporting them, go jump off a bridge.
Oh, hold on now.
Whoa. What?
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, that just slipped out.
I know it did.
No, Melissa is a great example of what all technicians should be, how they should act, and how excited they should be about the industry. So if you're a technician and you know any women that would be good in the industry in California,
send them this podcast, right?
Or Sacramento.
Oh, wait, you're going to a different level.
Send them my way. I would love to hire them. But
no,
invite them into the industry. I think it's something that we need to create. We need to have more diversity in the industry and spread that out, because I think there's a lot missing here, and I think I think there's a lot to build on.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And one quick last note for you guys. Please subscribe to the podcast, whatever app you're listening to. And also, please share the podcast so we could get more stories like Melissa's, a woman in pest control who's starting her own business and being an owner of a business, because that's what our podcast is about. It's about hearing stories and everything like that from women like her and technicians like her in our industry. So it means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey guys, this is Anthony, and here's a quick reminder. We want to hear from you, whether you're a technician, owner, or operator. We want to hear your stories, whether it's a horror story on the field, a funny story with the client, or just something straight up crazy or weird you've seen. And how can you do this, you ask? Well, our email is dnapestpodcast@gmail.com. That's DANDA pestpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us at Twitter and direct message us there at DNA Pest Podcast. That is D, the letter N, A, Pest Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. Or you can reach out directly through our website at dnapodcast.com. That's DANDA podcast.com. We want to hear from you, so let's hear it.